right, Daniel. So originally your series was going to be about women in athletics, and I believe it was specifically about Colombian women, and I'm not sure if that's still part of your goal here. It seemed like I had asked that question, you started to answer it, but only part of your answer was submitted. So I'm not sure if that's something that you're still focused on or if you're kind of changing gears from that. But if it is important that they're all from a certain country, we need that to come through in the imagery, right? So I don't know how you want to push that through, but we want that idea to be visually represented in your images. So here we have a woman, and she looks like maybe she's out on a track or she's on some athletic field of some sort. We see the lines behind her, and we see kind of the railing behind her. So we have some context clues as to where she is. By the way she's dressed, I would have guessed she was a tennis player, but as we look around trying to figure out where she is, I think she might be on a track. She looks like a really athletic woman, really strong. She has her visor on, her ponytail up, so we know she's being active right now. This is shot at ISO 100 at f7.1 at 1/500th of a second, so all of those settings look good. But as we look at this image, it's not sharp. She's not in focus. And I think that's because you're shooting this at 300 millimeters, and as we shoot with longer lenses, the area of depth of field is going to get smaller and smaller. So what, f7.1, if you were shooting this with a 50 millimeter lens, we know that the background would be in focus, right? Maybe not totally sharp, but it would be more in focus. But here at 300, it throws the background out of focus. That also means your area of focus to capture her is much more narrow. And so this image is one you're going to want to edit out because she's just not in focus. I don't know if you have other images from this shoot where she is in focus, and then I think that what you're representing here could work really well. Also make sure to pay attention to the lighting. The harsh lighting, I think, can work really well for outdoor sports pictures. It kind of emphasizes the grittiness of it. But having her face in the shadow and then this like bright area here and bright area on her chest, my eye is going to go to where that brighter area is. So I would adjust and wait until she's looking in another direction so that her face also has that brightness. Another thing I noticed is that this is kind of a different crop that you have here. You're at 2000 by 1765. And I would encourage you to keep your crops to traditional sizes. So that 2000 by 1333, and your last image was different than that also. It's 1342. Now, by having it at traditional sizes, then when we look at a series of images, we're no longer looking at these different sizes and getting kind of caught up in that visually. We can just focus on the images. You can also add square images in there, and that would be fine. So this image might just be one that you would want to crop to a square instead of having it at this kind of in-between shape here. All right, other than that, I just want you to consider the lighting a little bit more and consider if you're going to show that these are Colombian athletes, and if so, how you're going to show that in the pictures. Okay,